All right, welcome everybody, as always, to Laying the Points with Farley Bets. I'm going to try to do this every week now. This is a new thing where we go over every one of our bets from the previous week. So, a weekend review, if you will, a weekend ATS review. So, this is NFL Week 3 ATS review with myself, Farley Bets, otherwise known as Chris R. Farley, otherwise known as at Chris R. Farley1 on Twitter, and at Farley Bets on Instagram and Twitter. Check me out on there and check out all the writers at the Odds Breakers. As always, check out also at Sports Wagering U, at Sports Wager U on Twitter. Great things going on there. A part of a lot of awesome things. This has been a very fortunate and blessed year for me, and I'm happy to continue growing in the sports betting industry. I love it. I've loved it all year. I've loved it for a very long time, but just putting myself out there more, and it's largely been a success. So thank you all, as always, for your attendance and your audience and your ears and eyes as we grow at the Odds Breakers and as we grow at Farley Bets and all these things we're doing, especially with laying the points with Farley Bets. So I'm going to start this probably every Tuesday, either Monday or Tuesday, if Tuesdays don't allow, but probably most Tuesdays I'll go over our bets, and I will post it exclusively on YouTube and probably post it at the Odds Breakers as well. So without further ado, let's bring up some bets here. My week 3, I had a big one. Had a really good week 3, and I needed it because I had a really bad week 2. So Farley Bets, me, Chris, in week 3, 15-7 overall, 8-7 on straight up bets, 7-0 on my teaser legs for plus 26 units. So that amounted in, I believe, 18 different bets for my premium customers. Now, when you give all those teaser legs, you give them an option. I give my premium members an option of combining every one of those teaser legs in any way that they want. If you combined all 7, I believe that was plus 1,200. So whatever you put down unit-wise, you would have went up 12 that. But I decided to make that a plus 20 unit play on my own behalf because really the amount of combinations you can do with 7 successful teaser legs, it's a lot. It's a lot more than plus 20 units. But, let's be humble here. Maybe all the customers didn't take advantage of every teaser leg. But 7-0 on teaser legs, like I said, and that's what really gave us the plus 26 units on the week. That makes me 25-22 overall this NFL season and plus 14 so far through 3 weeks. Steve, on the other hand, tried to tell people about Bobo Betts. I tried to tell people about Steve. He is very sharp in the NFL, and we're seeing it already. Steve's week 3, he went 10-2 with a push for plus 7.86 units, 29-14 overall in the NFL so far. That sounds like it's about what? I mean, that's around 66%, I think. I'm not a statistician, but he's up there. That's really good. Plus 20.96 units on the year. So Steve and I, between the two of us, I mean, some of the same bet, we've had some of the same bets, obviously, but plus 20.96 units for Steve, plus 26 units for me. I like to do my units a little more, I put out all my plays so that you create the amount of units that I put place the bet for. So if I say it's a 2-star bet, then you'll put whatever you need to put to create 2 units. I like to do that for even numbers. But Steve being very scientific here, 20.96 units, keeping track. I love that. So a lot of success so far in laying the points with Farley Bets this NFL season. And I hope you've all been taking advantage. Well, my premium members have been taking advantage. You should take advantage if you are not already. Check me out at the Odds Breakers for my premium picks, or just DM me on Instagram or Twitter, and I can tell you more about how to receive our premium picks. Okay, so let's just go over some of these bets that I had from last week. I had the Bears plus 7.5, 2 stars. I thought the Bears defense and the mystery of Justin Fields would be enough to cover. I need to start taking Matt Nagy's incompetence more seriously, I think. And on the other side, the Browns, this is what we should expect from them every week. I mean, their defense finally played up to par. Myles Garrett played out of his mind. He was balling. And Baker only has to be mediocre with all the talent that the Browns have, which is good because that's exactly what Baker is, mediocre. So the Browns are just loaded with talent, and against the Bears team that's obviously still has a lot to figure out. I mean, Matt Nagy is bad. He is bad. I've given him a lot of chances in previous years, and now I'm starting to see all these memes come out about, maybe it's been Matt Nagy this whole time, right? And that's could very well be true. Could very well have wasted a lot of talent on this team. So Justin Fields is being put in a bad position, not given plays to roll out the ball, just sitting in the pocket. So just a bad operation for Chicago right now. Good win for the Browns. They need to keep winning against teams like that. My next play was in the Cardinals, -7.5. Nailed that one. That's a 3-star play for me. The Cardinals started slow, but ended up easily covering. I tweeted out these -7.5 lines. I tweeted this out on Sunday. We really have to look for those because usually when a sports book puts out a line for -7.5, they're begging you to take the dog. They're saying, please take the dog. I'm giving you 7 in the hook. Take the dog. And they're anticipating a blowout. And that's exactly what happened in every one of the -7.5 games this week. You had the Cardinals, you had the Bills, and what was the other one? I forget. But somebody else was -7.5, and they blew out the team too. So that happened again here in this one. Kyler Murray and this offense is just really hard to stop. And while their defense isn't always going to be great, I think it's clear that it's still better than it used to be. Easy cover for the Cardinals after starting off slow, and the Jags just have a lot to work on. Boy, Trevor Lawrence is getting awfully humbled in his early NFL career. Cards and Jags over 52 for 2 stars was another play of mine. Slow start, ruined that one, but still almost hit at 50, so I feel like we were on the right side. Just had some unfortunate luck there. Ravens -8, 2 stars was another play of mine. Obviously, the Ravens did not cover. They were lucky to win. They were lucky to have Justin Tucker on their team. His massive freaking superhero leg of his. Unbelievable. Great pass from Lamar, though, on the final drive. And the Lions just may be a pretty good ATS cover team this year. Dan Campbell, he's a tough guy, wants his team to play tough. He's been echoing that narrative all preseason, and it seems to be holding true so far. So I'm going to keep on looking at the Lions as a fighting hard blue-collar team. Chargers +6.5, 3 stars, one of our best picks of the week. This in the Vikings anyway. The Chargers defense, I think, is better than people think. They had a great scheme. A lot of that is Brandon Staley coming down from L.A. With the Rams, and now I guess not coming down anymore. Still in L.A., but with the Chargers, and this is starting to work. Chargers defense starting to figure it out. Chargers will increasingly become a very scary team the more that this team gains chemistry with their new coach and their new quarterback, second-year quarterback, Justin Herbert. Herbert, I've said it before, it should be obvious to everyone by now, he is the real deal. The real deal. He's aggressive, has a cannon arm, he's confident, he's accurate, he's calm in the pocket. He's calm when someone's breathing down his neck. He has many, many years of success, and hopefully he can stay healthy. And I love the aggressive play calling on the final drive by Brandon Staley, going for the score, going for the touchdown, trusting Herbert. That's what creates a very unique quarterback and coach relationship. Loved it. Just loved it. Chiefs have some real issues on defense, and teams are starting to figure out how to slow down Patrick Mahomes, at least if you have a formidable defense. Wow. That was pretty amazing to see. Did not think the Chargers would win straight up, but we had them at +6.5. Worked out. Falcons +3 and Giants Moneyline were 2 of my other plays to try and middle there. Figured, as always, the Giants do not cover as a favorite. They have not covered. They didn't cover as a favorite last year at all. They haven't covered as a favorite in a very long time. The record was like 2-10 over the last few years. And they didn't do it again. They screwed it up again. There's some obvious coaching and front management issues. As a Giants fan, I can go on all day, believe me, about how much the Giants pissed me off. Good win for the Falcons, I guess. At least we got the 2-star play with the Falcons at +3. But another disappointing showing from the Giants, who could be probably 2-1, but just lackluster coaching, undisciplined shit. The Redskins and now the Falcons. The football team blowing that one last week, and now the Falcons. Just not a good look for the Giants. Saints +3, another winner for us. 2-star here. No idea why the Patriots were favored after one bad game from the Saints. Still, Sean Payton still have a lot of capable players on offense and defense, and we saw that from the Saints on defense. Really, really good showing from them. Saints offense didn't even have to do that much. And Mac Jones and the New England offense is just a little too pedestrian. Nothing jumps off the page, nothing scary about them, and the Saints took advantage. Saints are welcoming the Giants next week, and I expect the Saints defense to shellac that incompetent Giants offense. Washington +9 was another play we had for 2 stars. That one didn't work out. I mean, that's a huge line, and I thought maybe that the football team could cover with Heineke dishing it out and that defense doing well, but appears the Bills are back. Always tough to play in Buffalo, and that Washington defense continues to unimpress. Maybe the most overhyped unit this preseason. They have not played well. Meanwhile, the Bills defense is really, really impressive. They've been very impressive so far. And are the Bills clearly the best team in the AFC right now? They look like the more complete team, that's for sure. Chiefs have a lot of issues on defense, like we said. Broncos 3-star play -10 or -10.5. I told my premium customers to take a half a point off to make it 10 because it's always a scary line on -10.5. But it paid off. Denver has been beaten 3 bad teams, and while people might not be that impressed by that, that's what they should have done. And they're killing these teams, right? I mean, they won by margin. The Bridgewater looks very comfortable. The Denver D looks fantastic. Great pass defense. The Jets could not get anything going. Melvin Gordon and Javonte Williams are a great running back combination there. Great game from them. And the Denver Broncos are favored next week at home against the Ravens. Kind of love that they're favored there. Is that the right side? I don't know. You'll have to check out our podcast tomorrow night to talk about that one. But crazy seeing the Ravens as an underdog to the Broncos. But I think that line makes a lot of sense. Vikings +2 and Vikings Moneyline hit. Great spot for the Vikings. Love this play last week. Love that I gave this to my premium customers. The Vikings +2 was 3 stars. The Moneyline was 2 stars. Kirk Cousins is playing really well. No interceptions so far. Throwing the ball down the field. The Vikings are controlling time of possession. Dominated that in this game. Mistake-free game. And you could have told me that Dalvin Cook was on this game and not Madison, who ran the ball really well. I think over like 140 yards. So Vikings are a team not to underrate. You should take them seriously. They could easily be 3-0. They're 1-2, but they're one of the better 1-2 teams really that I've ever seen. We also had the over in that game. Did not work out, obviously. Seahawks offense, very, very cold, especially in the second half. Interesting to see if they're going to be able to turn that ship around. Packers +3.5 was a 2-star play for me. Really impressed by Green Bay's performance on Sunday night. All-around great game. Aaron Rodgers is on the money. I don't like how much of a diva he can be, but when Aaron Rodgers plays like this, watch out. I mean, the guy is playing like an MVP again. He has that attitude reminiscent of last year, which just means that he's going to be cutthroat. He's going to be getting after it every game, aggressive, pinpoint accuracy. I mean, he's just a special talent. And when he's locked in like that, he's hard to stop. And the Green Bay defense had some big plays in this game. Very questionable calls by the refs. But either way, our +3.5 looks like it would have worked out. I mean, even if the 49ers went ahead. So we were on the right side in this one. Green Bay came to play. Also, this is one of my favorite teasers, and obviously that worked out, +10.5 on Green Bay. So 49ers, they're a contender, but that was just a big one for the Packers. I think it meant a little bit more to them, but there was clearly no love loss between the 49ers and Packers, and especially their coaches. That was a cold exchange at the end of that game. Finally, Eagles +4.5, 2 stars. Eagles could not hold up last night against that Dallas Cowboys offense. Steve was all over this one. I think we should all probably start listening to Steve if he has any strong plays about the Eagles. He's an Eagles fan. He sees everything that happens, every second of every game and like all the intricacies in between. Very nuanced approach when it comes to his betting of the Eagles. So it would be wise for us to listen to him. I think I should have listened to him. Eagles defense could not stop the Dallas Cowboys on offense. Dak is looking really, really good. And Dallas's defense, I think we could all agree now, is legitimately better. I mean, you have guys like Diggs on that team who's making really impressive plays. Micah Parsons looks like a great draft pick. Guy has a lot of talent. They just put him on the defensive end from linebacker, and he's killing it already. So great performance by the Cowboys. A loss for us, but overall 8-7 on those single picks and still plus units. And then every teaser we won included the Panthers winning, the Bills winning, the Cards winning, Cardinals winning. Falcons +10 was a 4-star teaser leg for me, and you can see why, the way the Giants play. Vikings +9, another 3-star teaser leg for us. Rams +8, 3-star teaser leg from us. Most of these teams won straight up. In fact, I believe all these teams won straight up. And then Packers +10.5 like I just talked about, was the final teaser legs. All 7 teaser legs hit, and that's what gave us a lot of plus units this week in week 3. And that's the kind of stuff, the kind of shit you'll get as a premium customer of Farley Bets. So guys, gals, tune in tomorrow. Laying the Points with Farley Bets will go live once again. Me and Steve, me and Bo Bets are going live at 7 o'clock for our full week 4 ATS review of every game ahead of schedule, so that you get those early lines, those early angles in. We will be well prepared and ready for that. I am fighting off some kind of head thing this week. Actually, a friend of ours who we were hanging out with all weekend just found out she got COVID. So hopefully that doesn't overtake me. And I'm vaccinated. So hopefully I don't have like horrible symptoms or anything, but bear with me if any of that comes into play. But otherwise, can't wait to broadcast again live tomorrow with Steve. Check us out, Laying the Points with Farley Bets. Check us out at the Odds Breakers. Check out Sports Wager U. It's Tuesday. That means we're only 2 days away from more NFL action. It's football season, baby. We're right in the thick of it. We love it. Thank you all for tuning in. I'll be doing this every week, and can't wait to see you all and talk to you all tomorrow. Laying the Points with Farley Bets, full ATS Week 4 NFL breakdown with Steve. Until then, see you all later.